So Gary, how would you describe going about building a culture-driven company?
Okay, so I can give maybe like 4 points at the top of my head, right? The one is that it's got to feel safe. So safe being that, first of all, are the leaders vulnerable? Do they speak about their mistakes that they made? Do they make it a very safe place to make mistakes? And are they very open to what's working and what isn't working in the company? And are they open to the feedback? That's number one, right? The number two is there enough transparency? And that kind of coincides with number one. Is there enough transparency to the data, to the information, to goals that's within the company? Then the third one is there ongoing feedback? Both ways. So what often happens is companies get feedback top down. So what happens is you always get line managers, subordinates supporting to line managers, and line managers would be giving feedback to the subordinates. But why not flip that around and ask the subordinates to give feedback to the line managers, and ask the line manager to give feedback to the CEO? That is where you get that really culture-driven company where you're creating a bottom-up culture as opposed to a top-down, and you can very quickly flip that hierarchy. Okay, and then so you got the key thing is your transparency, your ongoing feedback, and then the ongoing recognition. So you got your feedback to know to give awareness of what other people should be focusing on, but then your recognition is to give people affirmation of what they need to be doing, need to continue doing more of. That's a very, very critical thing. What we've seen within the data is that the more frequent recognition, it actually drives your performance up by 50%. So we can't stress enough how important ongoing recognition is.
And so you mentioning recognition, how do you recognize? What is that driving, and what is recognition? How would you give recognition that would drive the performance?
So I mean, there's a simple way of doing it, just by seeing someone in the corridor and saying thanks. You can bomb them an email. The most important thing we say is try and do it instantly. Don't wait for the end of the month. Don't wait for the end of the year, for goodness sake.
Don't wait for reviews.
Yeah, don't wait for reviews. Yeah. Give it on the spot, you know. Obviously, Hi5 can help that with the app, but the only thing what we stress is to be consistent and to be continual. It's not a complicated process. You know, it should never be.